Title: Nightmare Chronicles. Terrifying Tales That Will Haunt Your Dreams. Part 1. The Abandoned Asylum. Amidst the chilling backdrop of an abandoned asylum that had long whispered tales of unspeakable horrors, our story begins. The moon hung heavy in the sky, casting eerie shadows on the cracked walls. Inside, long-forgotten screams seemed to echo through the decrepit hallways. Jenna, a fearless urban explorer, had always been drawn to the macabre. She had heard stories of the asylum's dark history, the experiments, the tortured souls, and the restless spirits that still roamed its cursed corridors. As Jenna ventured deeper into the asylum, her footsteps echoing the oppressive silence, she began to hear whispers of sinister murmur that seemed to come from the very walls themselves. The air grew heavy with malevolence, and the temperature plummeted. Part 2. The Haunting of Room 13. Jenna's exploration led her to a room marked 13 in faded letters. The door creaked open, revealing a chamber steeped in darkness. A flickering candle sat on a rotting wooden table, casting ghostly shadows on the walls. As Jenna approached, she noticed an old journal, its pages yellowed and brittle. The journal spoke of a doctor who had conducted grotesque experiments on the asylum's patients, seeking to unlock the secrets of the human mind. The entries grew increasingly unhinged, filled with madness and despair. Suddenly, a chilling whisper seemed to emanate from the very pages of the journal, a voice that begged for release, for vengeance. Jenna's heart pounded as the room came alive with apparitions, tortured souls, their eyes filled with anguish. Part 3. The Ominous Mirror. Desperate to escape the spectral horrors that surrounded her, Jenna stumbled upon a tarnished mirror at the far end of the room. Its surface seemed to ripple like a dark pool of water, drawing her closer. As she gazed into its depths, her reflection contorted into a grotesque visage, her own eyes filled with terror. The mirror showed glimpses of the asylum's past, a nightmarish montage of suffering and torment. Jenna's heart raced as she realized that the mirror was a portal to the past, a window into the atrocities committed within these walls. In her reflection, Jenna saw the doctor from the journal, a man consumed by madness, conducting his grotesque experiments. The tortured patients writhed in agony, their cries echoing through the mirror's depths. Jenna felt a cold hand close around her wrist, pulling her further into the abyss. Part 4. The Descent into Madness. Jenna was trapped within the mirror, her mind slipping into a nightmare realm of endless suffering. She witnessed the doctor's descent into madness, his obsession with unlocking the secrets of the human mind, driving him to unspeakable cruelty. Days turned into nights, and Jenna's sanity began to unravel. She was no longer a mere observer but a participant in the horrors of the past. The asylum's walls closed in on her, and the tortured souls whispered dark secrets that burrowed into her mind like a parasite. As Jenna's grip on reality slipped further, she realized that the only way to escape the mirror's grip was to confront the doctor and put an end to his madness. But as she delved deeper into the abyss, she questioned whether her own mind would survive the harrowing journey. Part 5. The Unthinkable End. In the depths of the asylum's past, Jenna confronted the doctor, his madness consuming him completely. The room became a maelstrom of torment, a cacophony of screams and anguish. The tortured souls converged on Jenna, their spectral forms twisting and contorting. With a final act of desperation, Jenna seized the doctor's journal and recited an incantation of release, of redemption. The asylum's past unraveled, and the tortured souls were freed from their eternal torment. The doctor's visage twisted in agony as he faded into nothingness. The mirror shattered, and Jenna was thrust back into the decaying room, gasping for breath. The asylum was silent once more, its cursed history laid to rest. But Jenna had been forever changed, her mind scarred by the horrors she had witnessed. As she stumbled out of the asylum, the moon hung heavy in the sky, casting eerie shadows on the cracked walls. The nightmare had ended, but its echoes would haunt Jenna's dreams for the rest of her days. Nightmare Chronicles.